Hello, welcome back. Nice to see you. Kruleboyz got a slight buff. Is it going to be game-changing? I don't think so. Is it going to be nice? Absolutely. Let's take a look. But first, thanks to all my patrons, Wibarian for supplying art for the channel, and Baron of Dice. Get 5% off your order. Do that. They have actually pretty sick dice. Cool. So what exactly are we talking about here when we say slight buff? So this, you can download this on the Warhammer community website. It's there, it's free. So the Hobgrot Slitaboss got a slight change. He can take a monster and a war machine now. I don't know what he was before. I'm assuming he could take all infantry. To be honest, I didn't really look too closely at him because for me, his role was going to be as a field sergeant in the army. And that was kind of like the thing I thought he was going to do the best at. Not leading a regiment of his own. So I guess now he's the cheapest hero in our book. So he's able to take something like a monster for 20 points cheaper than a Merknob with Belchabana. And that's kind of all, right? So it's fine. It says any infantry, 0 to 1 monster and a war machine. So I guess the Merknob with Belchabana can take like multiple war machines, right? So it could take multiple Killbows and Sloggoths because there's no non-hero monsters. So I don't really understand because it doesn't say Swamp Beast. It says 0 to 1 monsters, but there are no monsters that aren't Swamp Beasts. So in fact, if you look at the rules, it's the only one here that actually says monster on it. So I don't know what this is supposed to be. He can't take a kill boss, right? He can't take, or a kill boss on a vulture boss. He can't take a swamp kala or a swamp boss. So is this another typo, GW? Is it supposed to say swamp beast? I doubt it. It would be weird if he could take a swamp beast and like swamp kala shaman couldn't, Merknob with Belchabana couldn't, kill boss with Stabgrot couldn't. So is this just any Kruleboyz? Is that functionally what this is? War machine, infantry, war machine? Is that all that this means? Because again, this doesn't make any sense. So is this a buff? Not really. This is nothing, right? But that's not what we're here to talk about. That's not actually the news. What we're actually here to talk about is a change to the Scaregob totem, as I'm sure you could judge by the thumbnail. Come on there, PDF. Let's go. It's lagging out here. Oops. Nope. Now it's too much. Come on, we can do it. We can do it. Okay. So there's been a change to the Scaregob totem. It says here, add 1 to dirty trick rolls you make for abilities that target friendly or enemy units wholly within 12 of this training feature, or wholly within 18 if it has a shouty boss. So all that they essentially did here was add this or enemy units. So before, when they changed this, they changed it so that it just said target friendly. So before it was in your hero phase, you have to like pick a unit and then it gets bonuses. But now it's just all friendly or enemy units. You no longer have to pick one, and you no longer have to just pick a friendly unit. Now it's just any unit. So this is good. It just means that the Scaregob totem is a little bit better, because now you don't have to choose. It's just all of them. Sorry, you don't have to choose. It's just all of them, as opposed to what it was in the last update, which was you don't have to choose. It's just all friendly, but it excluded all enemy. So now I think what you really want to do with this is you want to put it far forward. You want to put it pretty aggressively. The fact that it's still wholly within 18 means that your opponent gets a chance to control it. So all that your opponent has to do is say, oh, wholly within 18? Oh, okay. And then they just sort of, either put something down on the table or take a mental note, or when they're moving, they just make sure that they are staying outside of 18, right? And your opponent will say things to you like, well, the intention here, right, is like I've measured, and the intention here is that I am wholly outside of 18 with this model right here. And then they just got to make sure that they don't pull that model if models are being removed from a unit. So, and by the way, that's another really just smart thing to do in general, is to declare your intentions, right? And then you can agree with your opponents what the state of the battlefield is, so that if any models get bumped or if anything happens, that it's like, well, no, like, remember, like I said that the intention was that when I did this Mighty Destroyers move, or the intention is that I'm 10.6 inches away from you making an 11-inch charge, right? And you said yes, so that's what we're going to go with, right? Because even if you're measuring it now and we're quibbling over 1/10 of an inch, right? It's like, well, no, like we sort of agreed on that earlier, right? Those are very important things to do with your opponents, right? Agreeing like how things are going to be playing as they happen, instead of trying to like, you know, retroactively go back and figure out what your intentions were and all this. It's just a very smart way to play. Very friendly too. Be like, are we in agreement? And it's like, yeah, we are. Okay, good. Like, awesome. That means that we agree on the state of the game right here. Good. So that's it. So is this going to be a big change for Kruleboyz? Nope. Is this going to make some of your... Essentially what I think this is going to do is it's going to disincentivize people from charging units into this wholly with an 18-inch range with elite cavalry or monsters or things that they can't like tail out of wholly within 18 inches. So like fulminators or just pick your alpha striking super aggressive cavalry or monsters, whatever you play against in your meta. It also means that you're going to be able to do the lethal surprise with a +1, which is pretty cool. Like being able to lethal surprise and then making your opponent strike last with noisy racket's going to be good. You know, like Boy and Grut Bounders, for example, it's like if they're going to be charging in, you're going to say to them like, well, you're going to lose that that +1 damage on the charge, and you're going to take a D3, and then there's, you know, like a probability that you're going to be striking last. So it seems like they're going through a lot of work to make the dirty tricks better with this Sinister Stare. Right? It's fine. Like, whatever. It's fine. So, thanks to everybody. Like, good luck. Like, subscribe. Wow.